right. There we go. Let's back up a little bit. There we go. What is going on, YouTube? We are back at it again with Game 1, the review between the Houston Astros and the New York Yankees. Now, the Houston Astros beat the Yankees today by a score of 2-1, and this was a very solid played baseball game. This is the games I love to see in October. They're very interesting, very fun, very pitcher dominant. Defense is included, and hitting is very optional. Let's get right into it. So you had Houston, their lineup, they went with Springer, Reddick, Altuve, Correa, Gonzalez, Gurriel, Beltran, Bregman, and McCann. Altuve, I mean, what can you say, man? He's a god. He's a beast, dude. He went 3 for 4. Correa and Gurriel had RBIs, and there was not much to it, really. I mean, Altuve did the heavy lifting once again, proving he's the best player in the American League. Now, I'm not taking any away from Altuve. I do think Aaron Judge should be the MVP because it's more valuable than best. But Altuve is the best player in the American League, hands down. There's no question about it in my mind. And he showed it again tonight. From the Yankees standpoint, they went with Gardner. He went 1 for 3. Judge 1 for 3. Gary 0 for 3. Didi 0 for 4. Castro 1 for 4. Hicks 0 for 4. Bird 2 for 4 with the solo home run. Holiday 0 for 3. And Frazier 0 for 3. Now, obviously, the Yankees didn't swing the bats well at all. And this was the main reason why. The winning pitcher, Dallas Keuchel, he went 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts. Yeah, the dude was absolutely dominant. He basically took the ball and shoved, dude. I mean, his stuff was electric. He had a lot of late movement. He hit the corners, got ahead in counts, and he just absolutely just flat out dominated the New York Yankees today. Davinsky got an out. He walked a batter. He did all right, but they didn't want to take any chances, so they went with Ken Giles. He went an inning in 2/3, gave up a hit, which was the solo home run in the 9th inning. Gave up a walk, but he also struck out 4 and saved it for the Houston Astros. Tanaka took the L. Even though he pitched really well, he went 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and struck out 3. I believe he walked 2, but he pitched fine, man. He pitched well enough to win the game. His offense just wasn't there for him today. But Tanaka pitched very well, so credit to him. Hopefully he can come back later in the series and throw another gem like he did today. Chad Green, another solid outing. 2 innings, no hits, no runs, struck out 2. He needs to get back on track, especially from last series. He kind of had that little hiccup between Cleveland, but it's good to see him come back strong with a good outing here. They're going to need him, especially in a 7-game series. Chad Green's going to have to be a horse for him if they want to win this series. Now, the moments that mattered, the Yankees had to send Bird. I know there's some people questioning whether they should have sent him and they should have just hold him and keep the bases loaded. I thought the third base coach made the right move. You have to send him. You have to send Bird. You have to force a defense to make a good throw and get him at the plate. I mean, let's face it, Marwin Gonzalez is not the scariest guy in left field to throw somebody out. Granted, he threw somebody out in the division series, but at the same time, you got the bases loaded with 2 outs. The chances of you getting a hit off of Dallas Keuchel is basically slim and none at that point. To me, you got to take your chances with it and basically make him make a great throw, and that's what Marwin Gonzalez did. He made a perfect one-hop, threw a seed to home plate, and a great tag by McCann, and they got him out. So I have no problems with them sending the runner at home because at that point, he's looking pretty good, and you got to make him play catch, and that's what they did. Like I said, the Yankees, they're going to live and die with the long ball, and tonight they died with it. Yeah, Bird hit the solo home run in the 9th, but at that point, like I said, they're going to strike out, and tonight they struck out 14 times. I mean, that's the only problem when you have a home run strikeout hitting team like the Yankees. Like I said, they're going to hit home runs, but they're going to strike out a lot, and tonight they struck out 14 times, and that can't happen, man, especially with a team like the Astros. You got to put more balls in play. You got to beat them You got to beat them on the bases. You got to make them make plays. And tonight, almost half of their outs were strikeouts. So I mean, the Yankees got to do a better job, man. Granted, they are going to strike out, but you can't strike out 14 times against the Astros. It's not a good formula. The youth didn't rise to the occasion. The young guys, I said in the beginning of the series, they have to step up. They did virtually almost nothing in the division series against Cleveland. Granted, Gary hit a couple of home runs. Bird had a home run here and there. But for the most part, they didn't do anything in division series. It was mainly the veterans like Frazier and Hicks. Didi Gregorius did some things. But for the most part, the youth, the young guys, they haven't done anything yet. And I'm waiting for them to kind of break out. Judge went 1 for 3. Gary went 0 for 3. Who else? Bird went 2 for 4 with the solo home run, like I said. But I need to see more. I need to see more from the young guys, especially as much as they strike out. That they gotta make something happen because Frazier and Matt Holliday and Hicks and all them are good players, but you can't expect them to carry them through a series, especially like Houston, who's got pitchers for days. So the young guys need to step up. Houston got timely hits. That's another thing. Houston got the hits when they needed to. Tanaka was a little bit weary in the 4th inning, and Correa hit a very hittable pitch. I think it was a splitter or a slider. I'm not sure which one it was, but he roped it through the 6 hole in the left field for a base hit. And then Gurriel got a nice little base hit up the middle. Got a little knock there. And that was basically enough because Keuchel shoved, man. Like I said, in a game like that, you got to get timely hits. And that's what Houston did. They got their timely hits. They got enough to just edge by the Yankees. And that's why they're up 1-0. Like I say, Keuchel continues to dominate, man. I mean, he's starting to make a name for himself in the postseason. He's 4-0. With an extremely low ERA. I can't calculate what it is right now, but it's extremely low. I mean, he's putting up some really, really good numbers, and I'm very looking forward to see what he does in his next start, because with him and Verlander is going to be dangerous, especially since the Yankees are seeing both of them twice in the same series. It's going to be tough for New York, man. It's going to be tough. And last thing, Giles has to carry this bullpen. They have Davinsky, who's a good reliever, in my opinion, but Giles, for the most part, is going to have to carry that bullpen. He's going to have to get a lot. He's going to have to get a lot of 5-6 out saves because aside from Davinsky, there's not really that much depth in their relieving core. So I think Giles is going to be asked to get a lot of outs in this series. If Houston wants to win it, he's going to have to be a dude for him. And tonight he was. I mean, 4 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3. Only gave up that solo home run. He did throw a lot of pitches, so we'll see how he reacts tomorrow. He's going to have to throw tomorrow. Like I said, he's going to have to be a horse. So, but good night for Giles tonight. So, all right. And what do we expect from Game 2? It's a must-win for the Yankees. With Verlander going tomorrow for the Astros, they're going to have to beat him. You have to beat Keuchel or Verlander at least once to have a chance. And they lost to Keuchel tonight. They're going to have to beat Verlander because the last thing you want to do is go back home down 0-2. And yes, I know they came back against Cleveland, but this is a best-of-7 series now. And usually the more talented teams win the 7-game series. And the more talented team here is the Houston Astros. Sorry, Yankees fans, but they got the better lineup, the better starting pitching. The Yankees have the better bullpen, but when you don't have a lead, it's kind of tough situation to be in. So they got to win Game 2, or else they just got to split the away series in New York, and they're up 3-1. And like I said, you can't expect miracles twice in a row. I mean, can it happen? Yes, but will it? It's probably not going to happen 2 series in a row, especially with Houston, because they got a solid club. And last but not least, Verlander needs to dominate. Got a great performance from Keuchel. Verlander needs to step up and do his job in Game 2. If he does that, I like Houston's chances. I got a feeling they're going to score runs. They got Severino going tomorrow, so we'll see how he does. Like I said, wild card game was not good, but he pitched well in the division series. So we'll see what Severino we get in game 2. But as long as Verlander does his job, I like Houston in game 2 as well. And then we'll see what happens going back to New York for game 3. So click a like if you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. Please follow me for more baseball, postseason baseball videos. And that's it. Take care, guys. Peace out.